Happy Friday.
Well, hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, yeah, you?
Good.
Welcome to the studio.
Welcome to the
G'day,
studio.
mate. Raphael.
Good eye, mate. All right, so we're just going to let people come in. Hey, Jeremy, what's up?
Another Jeremy.
Another Jeremy. He comes in quite often. Top of the muffin to you.
Oh, that's cool.
All right, well.
How's it going, Reality Flutter?
All right, we're just letting some people come in, and then we're going to do a little tour here. Madan, how's it going?
Hi, Nikki.
Martin, what's up? So that's what he looks like. Yeah, there he is. And rather than have the microphone on, I'm going to kind of pass it back and forth. All right, Tim, hey, how's it going? All right, so
It's a lot better with the iPad, isn't it?
yeah, the iPad
That's a great tip.
is a must. All right, so flip around. All right, so I'm going to do a little tour here and then also ask Andrew some questions since he is now number one in the business podcast, right? So, all right, the video business podcast. So, all right, Andrew, let's show me around.
Okay.
Show us around.
Oh, well, welcome to the studio, folks.
Hey, Kirk.
I used to actually have a real TV studio in Salt Lake City. Some of you may know that. And I had an offer that I couldn't refuse to sell it about a year ago. So I did that. And but, you know, I still needed to do my show. And so I moved a place which happened to have a decent-sized basement. Little fun fact for you, almost all houses in Utah have basements. I don't know why that is.
Just
but
for your studio
just a weird little thing that, I don't know, basements and Utah go together like things that go together a lot.
So you can say first, for the first time ever, you can say, if you enjoy walking around here, heart us up. Give us a heart attack.
Oh, absolutely. I'd love to get the little hearts. Absolutely. Yeah, yeah. So let me show you around. This is my basement, and it was completely unfinished. It was just bare concrete walls. So that was actually a good opportunity to design something from scratch. But that means like a heck of a lot of decisions too. Like, what's it going to look like? And so what I did was I found this. If you come over here, I did some research, and I basically found online a picture of something that gave me inspiration. And this is a studio, but the things I liked about it were the columns, the lighting, the style of the window, and so on. And so I drew inspiration from this. And I also wanted kind of a very warm feel to it. Now, fortunately, with my background in the industry, I was originally a BBC cameraman. It was something I knew how to do. So I got a carpenter in. We between us, we worked it all out. Got these brick panels. It's not real brick, but on camera it looks pretty good.
Yeah, this is not how normal Utah basements look.
Right. This is designed to be, a good-looking set for
You've got a window going out there.
For the window with some more things in the background, and of course lighting makes a big difference. You know, if I was to just show you this under fluorescent lights, it wouldn't look anywhere near as good. So lighting is a big thing, having enough light, but also so you can see the big lights that I have here, which are LED. Nowadays, that's the way to go. A lot less heat, and also much more efficient too. Under studio lights, I mean, you're sweating like within a couple of minutes. It's rough. So that's a big difference with these, and they're great. So. What else can I tell you? All the lighting's controllable, and I was able to put all the cables. I actually have 4 cameras. I have one over this side, one over this side, and then 2. It's a little difficult. Actually, let's go up a little closer.
Cool.
The interesting thing about these cameras are they're little cameras, but this is the smallest broadcast quality camera that you can get now with a 1-inch sensor. Without getting too geeky,
too late.
Most cameras, most camcorders or video cameras, the sensor is the device that picks up the image, and they're usually a third of an inch, sometimes half an inch. So having an inch sensor, bottom line is it makes it better quality.
All right, so we've got a question. tell us who you are again? More people have come in.
Oh, okay, yeah. Sorry, I am not Jeremy.
Nope.
I'm friends with Jeremy, and I'm the cleaner shaven version of Jeremy. I have a show. My name is Andrew Locke, and I have a show called Help My Business. And as Jeremy mentioned earlier at the outset, this week it became the #1 video podcast in iTunes, which was really
for business.
exciting
Awesome.
for business. Yeah.
All right, so camera #1.
So there's camera #1. Then over the other side here, we've got camera #2. These are on tripods and wheels, so they could be moved around if necessary, like if I'm doing an interview, that kind of thing. But I guess the point is, you don't need to spend a lot of money. These cameras are, they are professional cameras. You can see the quality of the picture if you go and watch an episode at helpmybusiness.com.
And Jeremy says, congrats on being #1.
Thank you. Yeah, it's exciting. To be more popular than TED Talks is
amazing.
Bizarre,
Right.
Have to pinch myself. Is it really so? Yes.
Right.
So there you go.
There you
yeah,
go.
it is real.
It's real.
Then this is my main camera, which has the teleprompter on here. And so for me, I have honed the ability to write my script, because it's mainly me presented to camera. It's not traditionally an interview show. I give marketing tips and ideas for entrepreneurs, that kind of thing, and I try to make it entertaining.
Right.
So once I write my script to make it sound natural, it appears in here, and someone controls it for me. And because I'm far enough away from the camera, most people can't tell that I'm reading. And I ad-lib a lot too, so I'm constantly kind of going off script and on script.
Yeah, I know you do it, and I forget when I'm watching.
Well, so that's a good thing, and it is experience. I mean, my first episodes, I've been doing this for 7 years, and the first episodes make me cringe now when I watch them. It's like, oh, it looks awful. But, like you do these things often enough, and you get used to it, and, you get better at it, like anything.
So we've got a question.
Yeah.
You've got a team with you then. How many people?
Actually, I only ever need one person, because once they're up to speed and trained, they can do everything that I need to do to assist me. If I have more than one other person as an interview guest, then I'll sometimes bring in another camera operator. But most of the time, we can do what we need to do with these cameras without having camera operators, which again reduces the cost. Do you want to see the control room?
Yeah, let's see it. And it's I didn't see who. Jeremy, I think, asked if you're on Periscope yet.
I am. We were just talking about that actually before we started. I think what I'm going to do is give people the opportunity to watch me record the shows, which I normally do on a Tuesday, and I'm like 5 or 6 weeks ahead. So I think that'd be a fun thing, because you get to see all my mistakes, and you get to see how the process works of recording it. So I haven't done it yet, but I think I will do that. So
awesome.
Jeremy's,
I imagine it'll be at Andrew Locke.
Yeah,
okay.
or probably, or at Help My Business maybe.
One of the two.
Yeah, thanks. So go on.
Kurt shared. Thanks so much for sharing.
Yeah, and thanks for hearting too. So one of the challenges, of course, in devising a space is making use of the space. And with a control room, you've got the equipment in there which makes noise. So the idea is, this is under my stairs,
awesome.
but it actually is perfect for what we need. So what I have 2 monitors, and so I can see all the camera, or not me, but the person operating can see all the cameras on here. They can see the main shot that goes out. The laptop is for the teleprompter. This is how they control the speed of the script with this little scroll wheel here. And then they can control the cameras on here, the lighting here, and then behind here is
Let's see if I can get in here too.
the device that basically is the switcher. So it's kind of like a TV studio in a box, and you can see some of the cables down here that go into it. And if you look underneath the table too, you'll see some of the connections. Like,
wow, let's see if I can
I've got like 5 or 6 camera feeds potentially, and I've also got like 12 network outlets here. So I was able to, and of course all the audio runs through here too. So if we go over here, I'm getting geeky here because, like I said, my background was a cameraman, so I'm I'm probably geeking out more than I should, but we've got the cables come through here, and so I can plug in my microphones and so on. And so it's all wired because, it's okay to have wireless, but when you're building something like this, if you can do it wired, it improves the quality. Just like we're doing with this, it makes sure that you don't have interference and things like that. So.
Johnny says the studio looks cool, Andrew.
Thanks. Yeah, and I've got I collect all this fun stuff over the years, and so it's kind of like my showcase of different crazy props. Because I do a big thing about the show is I really want it to be entertaining, and so I've got things like my George Bush who says idiotic things, on demand. Let's see what he has to say.
I stand by all the misstatements that I've made.
I stand by all the misstatements that I made. Very nice, George. Yeah.
And John actually does cast member secrets. He works at
cool.
Walt Disney World.
Oh, fantastic.
So he said awesome about the gloves.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Very well recognized. I love those. Yeah, big fan of the mouse. So yeah, fun things, and it kind of helps convey the personality of the show, which is it's entertaining. Like here's my glasses for when it rains here, those are fun. So.
Can you say something that Elton John would say? That's what it reminds me of.
It does look a bit Elton Johnish, doesn't it? Anyway, fun stuff, and I got my humongous ketchup bottle over the other side there, which is fun. So I'm always looking for things that I can add. I've got my stack of $1 million over here.
Right.
Look how real that is. It's not actually $1 million, but it does. It actually looks really good, doesn't it?
Yeah, it looks great.
It's actually a seat. So,
all right.
There you go. Any questions I can answer for you?
Yeah, and tell us about the show again. Some late.
So, if you're just joining us, thank you. And my name is Andrew Locke, and I present a show called Help My Business. It is for entrepreneurs. I help them with marketing ideas. Jeremy and I go way back, and just as he has one of the top business podcasts for audio, mine has become the top one for video on iTunes. Just this week, actually, I relaunched the show and it went straight to number one on iTunes. So helpmybusiness.com is the website.
How well can you guys hear me? I'm quite a bit away from the mic. I just was wondering. And does anybody have any questions? Actually, let's come back and have you sit.
I'd love to answer
seat
your questions, yeah.
Just
like I do on the show.
Yeah. So if you know the show,
it's one of my favorite parts, actually.
This is where he sits. We've almost got his shot. I
can't
go any further.
That's pretty good. Actually,
I didn't bring enough line.
That around there like that.
I didn't bring enough line for Andrew, so we can hear you both. Andrew's a little louder. Awesome. All right. Any questions? I guess I'll start. Questions. How'd you get number one so fast?
I think that there was a few things that happened fortuitously that I didn't plan. I'd love to say that I did, but I was featured on John Lee Dumas' podcast on Sunday, which got me a lot of traffic. I was also featured on a couple of other podcasts at the same time, which got me a lot of traffic. Also, because I've been doing the show since 2007 or 2008, 7 years, and I'd kind of scaled it back. When I relaunched it, I already had this big built-in audience, which was bigger than, my subscriber list was bigger than it was when I was doing the show before. So I was able to, launch it with a big bang, as it were. And I specifically asked my viewers to leave a review on iTunes, which helps a lot with the rankings. And so those were the kind of factors that combined, I think.
Awesome. And what are you going to do with Periscope?
My plan with Periscope, we were just talking about this before we started, is to be able for you guys to be able to watch me record the show, because that's kind of a fun thing to see how we do it, the process, how we piece it all together, and also to see me make mistakes and how I react to that circumstance. I like to have fun when I'm doing it too, and a lot of those details, the viewers don't get to see, of course, behind the scenes. So that's my plan with it, is to give you behind the scenes access as I record the episodes, which are about 6 weeks in advance of them actually coming out.
Awesome. One question is, how does it feel to be bigger than TED Talk, Seth Godin, and HDR? Is that what it is?
Harvard Business Review,
Right,
yeah.
business.
No, I mean, it's like I said earlier, I have to pinch myself. It really honestly shows you that anything is possible, because there's these big organizations, but oftentimes big organizations aren't as agile and flexible and fast moving as we can be as entrepreneurs. And so that's really the advantage that we have. And I think also to some extent, people like to support the little guy. I mean, if you know my story, and my story is in my first episode, which is ironically numbered 174. That's because the first of the new batch of the new, let's call it the new series, 174. In fact, if you go to helpmybusiness.com and click on Start Here, that's where you can see the first episode. In that episode, I explain my background and how I moved to the States with literally, I mean, my wife and I, but all I had was 2 suitcases and a few handful of personal possessions. That was it. So, truly the entrepreneurial dream, and to be able to create that, in a few short years, it really is an example of anything is possible. And I hope that it is inspiring to you to watch that. And I have had some great comments from people saying, "Oh, I loved your story," and I talk about how excuse me.
Thanks for the hearts, guys.
I talk about how the movie Back to the Future was an influence on me, and that's kind of a fun aspect of it too. But yeah, I'd love for you to watch that and send me your comments about it. What you thought of it, and whether you resonated with my story or not. You can check that out at helpmybusiness.com.
Hey, did you get a chance to talk to Pat about the Back to the Future stuff?
I did. I haven't heard from him yet, but if you know Pat Flynn, he's of course a big Back to the Future fan, and it is honestly my favorite movie. So I'm trying to get him to collaborate with me on something that I think would be fun for both of us.
Right. All right. Cool. All right. Any last questions? I guess I'll take that, and we'll.
Thanks for your hearts and for your interest, and appreciate you being here today with us. Yeah.
All right, guys. So thank you so much. Here we are. Wow, it is really bright this side. This is because
it's adjusting now. Yeah.
It's the better camera as well. You are inspiring. Awesome.
Oh, thank you, Ellie.
All right. Well, thanks so much. One final heart attack. Again, I'm Jeremy Franson of Internet Business Mastery, and this is Andrew Locke from Help My Business. We just went around his studio. You can watch the replay as well to see any more. And thank you guys so much for coming in. Again, thanks for all the hearts. And I guess I'll talk to you guys tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning, more about habits. All right. Cool. Later, guys.